Hello. Oh my goodness, I'm late. I'm so sorry. Welcome, boys and girls, cats and dogs. We are an inclusive channel around here. So welcome to everyone. This is your Sunday reading, and as an experiment, we are doing it live a few times and seeing how that goes over. People seem to like it, so I don't mind. We'll just see what's going on. So again, today is Sunday, so we're doing a Sunday reading. Mondays, we have Monday Men. They are lots and lots of fun. And I realize, let's try this again. Okay. Now it's hooked up. Can you hear me a little better? Anyway, so today is Sunday reading. Tomorrow is Monday. I have Monday Men, where I talk with men in the yarn world. Tuesday, I have Topic Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. It's a live stream. Wednesday, I have a Wednesday Free for All, which again is a live stream. That starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, I usually don't post a video. Friday, I alternate between something recorded and something live. I hope that I can throw together something live for this coming, or I'm sorry, something recorded for this coming Friday. And then Saturday, I usually don't post anything. And then here we are back at Sunday. And so hello, Angela. Shatika was here earlier. Hey, Joy. Um, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, on top of those regularly scheduled things. Excuse me. Hey, Froggy. Hey, Sharon. On top of those regularly scheduled things, I have one marathon planned that is going to be on. Hey, oh, goodness gracious. Dalan Arasmith. Don't believe we've met before, but welcome in. February 13th, which will be the 20th anniversary of my bariatric surgery. And I hope that will be a lot of fun. Oh, excuse me. I don't have any other marathon scheduled yet, but that doesn't mean there won't be more. So I like to do marathons sometimes on holidays. Holidays are fun. I did one on New Year's Eve. I did one on Black Friday. Hey, Lisa. And then just that one that I have scheduled on February 13th so far, but there will be more. There will be more. So, do y'all want to hear today's poem? This is by the lovely Elizabeth Barrett Browning. You can tell why I love her. Partly, partly because she was a fantastic poet, and also partly because her name is Browning. How cool is that? My own grandmother was named Elizabeth Browning, but it's not the same one. Anyway, this is by Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and it's called Work and Contemplation. The woman singeth at her spinning wheel a pleasant chant, ballad, or barcarolle. She thinketh of her song, upon the whole far more than of her flax, and yet the reel is full, and artfully her fingers feel with quick adjustment, provident control, the lines too subtly twisted to unroll out to a perfect thread. I hence appeal to the dear Christian Church that we may do our Father's business in these temples murk. Thus swift and steadfast, thus intent and strong, while thus, apart from toil, our souls pursue some high calm spheric tune, and prove our work the better for the sweetness of the song. That was cool. Now, there will be a link to that in the description afterwards. I'll read it again in a little bit, but wasn't that cool? So that our own work may prove the better for the sweetness of the song. My songs are not always all that sweet. Yeah. I will read it again. I Yeah. Lots of times when I'm looking for poems to use, I read them 2 or 3 times myself, especially out loud to make sure, excuse me, that they'll come across okay, that they will not be too complex, and yet still not too simple, that there will be some meaning there, and not be like a nursery rhyme, which is, and there's nothing wrong with nursery rhymes, but that's not really what I'm here for. Maybe I'll do nursery rhymes specifically one day. Wouldn't that be fun? That's a thought. Mm. Anyway, so thank you, Sharon. Yeah, I do like that very much. I like it a lot. Um, so everybody else, tell me what's going on. Um, what's on your hook, what's in your cup, all the standard things. Have you had your midday meal yet? It's just after 2 o'clock here. I was a Hey Joyce. I was a couple of minutes late because, I thought I'll just lie down for a minute. I know I won't fall asleep. Well, you know what happens then. Hey Gigi. So that made me a couple of minutes late. That's okay. Once I was an entire hour late for a planned, scheduled marathon, and if somebody hadn't called me, I might still be sleeping. I don't know. But um, I think I lost a lot of potential viewers just by not showing up. But once I did show up, it turned out okay. But being a whole hour late, I was so embarrassed, man. So I try not to do that. Usually, well, when I nap, even at night when I sleep, I don't sleep all that long in one spell anyway. And I know you're supposed to. I should stop talking about sleep, shouldn't I? I know you're supposed to have like a longer, more solid sleep at night, but I don't. You know, either I can't lie still, or my mind is just going overtime, or there's something else going on. I have an ache somewhere. So sometimes it's hard to fall asleep at all. But that's life. Yeah, I know. If that was the worst thing that ever happened to me, I'd be pretty darn lucky. I'm just So everybody else, tell me what is on your hook, what's in your cup, and everything else. Um, I don't really have anything new as far as what's on my hook and what's in my cup to share. I sort of do. This is a yarn. I found this the other day when I was going through my stash. Isn't that a gorgeous yarn? And I thought, "Ooh, I have to find a use for that." And I've tried 2 or 3 things already, and now I think I might have found the right thing. Um, and I'm doing a Tunisian mesh stitch, which I've sort of just discovered. So you can see light through it, but still it's gonna be dense and heavy because I think it's like a 5 weight yarn, something like that. It says it's a 4, but I don't always believe, um, labels. I think it says it's a 4, or it doesn't really say all that specifically what it is. But I don't always believe labels in terms of yarn weight. Um, oh, Sharon, I want to see your sweater when you finish it, or even in process photos. I'd love to see that as well. You guys know I have a Facebook group called Bearded Yarn Dudes, which is all about community. So if you're not there already, feel free to go over and join, and we can share pictures and questions and all sorts of things. Um, I also have a page called Bearded Yarn Dudes, which is more about news than community. Um, and of course, all the other standard announcements. I have, patterns on Ravelry. I have merch on Teespring, all of that sort of thing. I have Cash App and PayPal and that sort of thing too. Uh, I also have Night Thought, which is being very nice and posting things. Um, let's, and I have memberships on YouTube. I'm sort of phasing out Patreon for memberships because I'm just not finding the payoff there. I like other people's Patreons, but just not really finding it that rewarding. Um, so, I mean, there's still some Patreon members. I encouraged everyone to just um, unjoin or to abandon me on Patreon. And believe you me, a lot of people have figured that out and figured it out long ago, but some of them still haven't quite got that yet. So I'll have to figure that out because I don't want to keep billing people when I'm not really posting content there anymore. Um, what else is going on? Joyce, you're making a granny pattern Afghan. Is it somebody's pattern or are you making it up as you go along? Because, I mean, it's easy to do that. Make it up as you go along. Just start a granny square and keep going and going and going and going and going. Or you could do like 40, 11, or however many you need granny squares of a specific size and then sew them together. That reminds me, I have a huge unfinished object that I haven't touched in a long, long time. It's supposed to be sort of a hexagon granny blanket. It's not really it's you would call it a solid granny square pattern because I've got like 72 hexagons. I've made all the hexagons. I started sewing them together and I just can't be bothered to finish it. So, one day last week, I put out the offer that if someone wants to pay for the postage, I'll send the unfinished object to them, and they can finish it and keep the blanket or donate it. Better. Um, and one person said that she might. Was supposed to email me and hasn't yet, and I can't remember who it was, and I didn't make a note of it, and I'm bad about that. Um, but honestly, if anybody wants an unfinished hexagon blanket where all the pieces are made and they just need to be sewn together, and some of the sewing's already done, then give me a shout. Let me know by email, and we'll be good. Shades of gray and white. Are you alternating solids or do you have like an ombre yarn? I like the way that sounds though. And is it going to be sort of dense or when I do things I like to use an oversized hook. I like to use hooks almost always. I will use a hook that's larger than what the label recommends and then I come out with a less dense fabric than I don't know, might be intended, but I like it better that way. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, I said hi to you before, didn't I? Um, um, anyway, yeah, I usually like to use a hook that's larger than the one that the label recommends. Um, I like the results. But that's just me. Not everybody works that way. Um, And most of the things that I do either ooh, either they go if it's like a garment, it'll go by measurement rather than stitch count, or it doesn't require anything like a measurement or a gauge, a specific gauge at all. Oh, Joyce, ombre, nice. There are some nice ombre yarns out there. Even even some of the cheaper yarns, the ones that I sort of scoff at. The ombre varieties are better, at least they feel better than the solids, and I don't know why that is. Um, but like Lion Brown Mandala is one of my favorite yarns, and they have ombres out there too that are very, very nice. Um, who else has ombres that you like? What is your favorite ombre yarn? Yes. Please tell me if I'm not saying this right. Dalan. Dalan. Yeah, Lion Brand Mandala. I love. Um, I love Lion Brand Mandala. Hey, Susan. Yes, Joyce. Premier Sweet Rolls. I've used them often. Yeah, and I have a Premier affiliate link. If any of you are in the habit of buying online from Premiere, I wouldn't object if you wanted to use my affiliate link, Delon. Okay. Um, um, because it's not going to affect your cost and it might help me a little bit. Um, Mandala Ombre. Yes, nice. Nice. Um, yeah, Mandala has some nice stuff out there. Um, I like Lion Brand. I like Premiere. As far as the more budget yarns, Lisa. Oh yes, yes, that sounds lovely, Lisa. Email me and we'll make it work if you like. Um, what else is going on? Did you see? I posted it in my community tab. Um, the um, pet rescue channel Vet Ranch, which has a huge audience, and I've been watching them. I started watching them long before I started crocheting again as a grown up. Um, I sent them some dog sweaters, and they showed them in a video, and I thought it was so nice. So I posted a link to that video in my community tab, um, and it was pretty darn thrilling. Oh, Lisa, you like Vet Ranch too? Yeah, I've been watching them. Ooh, for many, many years, and they were already going when I started watching them. They were probably a couple of years old, but, I've been watching them for a very long time. Um, so that's a thing that I'm going to do tomorrow. Would have been Betty White's 100th birthday. Most of us know Betty White died on New Year's Eve. I got the news while I was sitting here and doing a live stream, and I was inconsolable. It still gets me. Um, but her love for animals and support for pet rescue and anti cruelty organizations um, is legendary. So lots and lots and lots of people are planning to do fundraising projects in her honor tomorrow, which, as I say, would have been her 100th birthday. I'm going to launch um, a new project. Or rather, I'm formalizing a project that I've been talking about all along anyway, where I'm encouraging people to make um, the sweaters and the blankets and donate them to pet rescue organizations on a local or regional or national level, whatever you know of, whatever you're familiar with. And it's easy to find them. Google is your friend. There's my premier affiliate link, by the by. Um, I'm going to make a video about that. There's going to be some structure to it. It's going to be a year-long project. There won't be any prizes. It's not a competition of any sort, but I just want to know anything that you have done toward that end, because that would warm the cockles of my heart. And, my heart needs warming from time to time. Um, so there we go. Let's see. Do I have any other announcements? Most of you will know I've been talking about there's somebody on Instagram who's pretending to be me and has stolen some pictures from my Instagram. Actually, very nice pictures, sort of flattering pictures of me. But that's beside the point. Um, and he's pretending to be me and trying to scam people out of money. At first, I thought it was amusing until people started sending me screenshots of exactly what that person was doing, um, which is pretty awful. Um, So you should know I have only two Instagram accounts. The first one is called, of course, Bearded Yarn Dudes. The other one is called Tamino File, which is named after my opera blog, Tamino File. Tamino was the lead tenor role in The Magic Flute, and it's the first complete opera role I ever sang. And I used to do an awful lot more with it. I used to write a lot more in that blog, and I should get back to it because I miss it. Um, but anyway, if anybody approaches you claiming to be me and says you've won a prize of some sort or anything like that, if their Instagram account has my name plus a number, um, then that's not my Instagram. That is somebody else who is an imposter. So report him, both for being an imposter and for stealing my pictures. Hey, Maribel. Um, let's see what else is going on. Just got a message. What did that say? Okay. Um. Oh yes, Nightbot just reminded me. My friend Gary Boston, on Instagram, uh, where he has his primary social media presence is on Instagram. Um, if you just do a search for Gary Boston, um, his Instagram handle is Gary Knits, Gary Rides. Anyway, he's organized a fundraising knit along, crochet along, um, and using one of my patterns for the crochet along. Um, and the Nightbot just gave us the link to a Ravelry group that is focused on that project. Um, and toward that end, any sales of that particular pattern before the end of the month, the proceeds go towards his fundraising project. Um, if you already own the pattern, and a lot of people do because it's my best-selling pattern, I think there's another link there about other ways that you can help. Um, so I've been talking with um, other people about making projects and kits and things. Um, so there might be more news in the future. Who knows? I have a special, well, they're all special. I have a really great video for tomorrow's Monday Men series. On Mondays, you all know that I have conversations with men in the world of yarn. And I've met some of the greatest people. That's how I met Gary, actually, Gary Boston. I've met some of the greatest people. Some of them were people I already knew. Some of them are people I met at some of the retreats I've been to, that sort of thing. I have some others planned for the near future, but I'm always looking for more ideas. Um, if you have ideas for other men that I could talk to, that would be great as well. Um, what else shall we talk about? Uh, I don't know. Sometimes I'm at a loss. Usually it's not hard for me to, run my mouth for a long, long time. Sometimes, sometimes it's a stretch. It's sometimes maybe it's a mood thing. Maybe it's just how I feel. I don't know. But here we are. eager to hear about everybody else. Do you know what I'm going to do? Hold on a second. And okay, if anybody wants to come up, there's the link. Um, what else? I have so yeah, the biggest things were the upcoming Monday Men video, the Vet Ranch thing, the Betty White project, which someone very creatively suggested I call Betty Boop. I love that idea. Um, let's see. I'm gonna try to put together a tutorial to post for this Friday rather than doing another live stream. And if I don't, then I don't. I'll do another live stream because I like doing live streams. I like doing live streams better than I like doing tutorials, but I want to do more tutorials this year. I maybe I'll do I'll aim for one tutorial a month. Um, and if I make it, that's good. And if I don't, I can go on living. Um, so there we go. Hmm. So as I said, I was a few minutes late today because I sort of thought I would have a brief lie down, and the next thing I knew, it was 1:59. Um, and I haven't had lunch yet. What do I want for lunch? Still have my half-eaten breakfast cup of yogurt over here too. Um, plus some grapes that I brought in here yesterday to eat. Um, but I want some lunch. What do I want for lunch? I can't quite decide. Who knows? Who knows? But that's what I'm about. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the poem again. Today's poem is by Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and you can all guess why I love her poetry so much. I mean, there are lots of reasons, but this is called Work and Contemplation. The woman singeth at her spinning wheel, a pleasant chant, ballad, or barcarolle. She thinketh of her song, upon the whole, far more than of her flax. And yet the reel is full, and artfully her fingers feel, with quick adjustment, provident control, the lines too subtly twisted to unroll out to a perfect thread. I hence appeal to the dear Christian Church, that we may do our Father's business in these temples murk, thus swift and steadfast, thus intent and strong, while thus, apart from toil, our souls pursue some high, calm, spheric tune, and prove our work the better for the sweetness of our song. Well, what'd you think of that? So our work should be the better for the sweetness of our song. So I instantly lost people in the room as soon as I started reading the poem again, but that's okay. How am I doing for thumbs, by the way? Because I'm in StreamYard and not YouTube, so I don't know how I'm doing for thumbs. Um, there will be a link to that poem in the description when I post the description. Um, I like it. I like it. I usually rehearse these poems a few times, the reading, because sometimes, well, I have to find things that sort of speak easily, that I don't think are too complex, that I don't think are too simple, and that I think have an interest. And I hope that I do reasonably well when I do that. Um, there we go. So I'm going to, um, okay, it's 2:39 right now. At 3 o'clock, usually Granny D goes live on Saturdays and Sundays. So let me just quickly post a link to Granny D. Oh, 14 thumbs. Thank you, Lisa. So in a second, you'll see the link to Granny D. I'm probably not going to stay on all the way until 3, rather. But at 3 o'clock, I want everybody to go over to Granny D and tell her you came from me. Um, and then there we are. I shouldn't have started talking about lunch because now I'm getting hungry. I want food. I don't know what I want, but I want food. Story of my life. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. I want to thank you all for joining me. Um, pay attention to, well, Granny D, of course, and the other links that I post from time to time. Also, thank you everybody who views, everybody who views the replay, everybody who subscribes, everybody who is a channel member, everybody who looks at my stuff on Ravelry and my merch on Teespring, all of that stuff. Thank you, everybody. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, share, all the standard YouTube crap, and keep coming back. Okay, now? Bye bye.